It's me again. Sorry for the sparse uploads. I don't have a great motivation to post. Usually I'm just like shit posting on TikTok. But anyways, I decided to rewrite or redesign Hazbin Hotel characters as I see fit. I might do this for general Helliverse characters, but I might just stick to Hazbin Hotel. Now, first up on the chopping block is Charlie. So basically, the whole point of these redesigns is to take the base concepts of a character, like for example with Charlie here, and rewrite them into a new character. For example, Charlie is Lucifer's daughter, based off of a porcelain doll, and opening a hotel to redeem sinners. So that's what I tried to go for here. So, as you can see, I'm sure, I didn't pull off the porcelain doll look pretty well. I did try to give her mouth more of like that kind of like smushed baby face that the dolls usually have, but I just couldn't get it right. So I decided to base her off of like a lamb, because sacrificial lambs. And I think that'll be hinting at something future in my rewrite of the Hazbin Hotel, maybe, if I'm dedicated enough. But basically, I gave her more of a managerial outfit, like a more recognizably like this woman holds authority type of outfit. And I also gave her an apple and snake sort of pins on her lapels, which you'll see later. And I also gave her like just apple themes in general because I think she really likes the apple motifs in her dad's story, because I think that she thinks that her dad did the whole tempting thing out of pure kindness to help humanity, and not like malice, which is hinting at some more stuff later. Lastly, I named her Lilium because canonically I'm pretty sure that is Lilith's and Lucifer's firstborn child. Next up, Vaggie. So I actually really liked Vaggie a lot, but I never knew that she was a moth demon until I saw redesigns of her that were mentioning how unmoth-like she looked. And it's like just wow, honestly, like her design is just normal person but gray, which I don't get what the whole thing is with her being gray. Like, why are like half the angels just shades of gray or white? It's frustrating. So I made her fallen angel form actually look different from her angel form, because if she's a fallen angel, then she's gonna look like an angel. I gave her antennae that tried to like curl around into a halo, but she obviously doesn't have a halo anymore. And I also gave her like a lip ring to like look like a proboscis. And another thing is that I had such a tough time with her coloring. Like, I tried to give her similar colors to Lilium, because they're girlfriend and girlfriend, so obviously they're gonna want a match a little bit. And since the hotel characters need to have like some sort of color that's stringing them all together, it might as well be red, right? The only outlier I can think of in the canon is Angel Dust, because he's just pink and white, which makes him stand out, which I don't get why. I feel like they would give him a t-shirt that they make him wear in like outside the hotel as like advertising, like, I've been 6 days free of drugs or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. This has gone on too long. Now we have Alistair, the personal sponsor of the hotel. Now, I had no idea that this guy was from Louisiana, or that he was supposed to be mixed race Creole, or that he was supposed to have hoodoo magic. Like, ugh. So, first of all, I made him actually look like a deer, because he's a serial killer that got shot because they thought he was a deer. So I'm obviously going to make him look more like a deer. I had really big trouble with the ears, but I just finally I thought I would go the Lilium route and make them sort of droopy downwards. Another thing is that apparently he's a mama's boy. So if he's a mama's boy, I'm gonna make him look like his mama, who I like to headcanon as the part his African side, because fun fact, hoodoo is a closed religion, like closed tradition, and it's you can only practice it if you have like that if you're related to somebody who used to practice it. Like it's passed down through African Americans when they sort of smashed Christianity with their traditional religions coming over the slave trade. So that's why it's a closed religion. It's because it's very important to their culture. Of course, I'm obviously white, so I have no clue if that's as accurate as I think it is, but I'm gonna make him look like his mom either way. So I pulled up that reference picture, and I put him in a nice little suit, and I made him act absolutely fucking terrifying because he's gonna have a reputation to uphold, and if that reputation is gonna be the most terrifying demon in hell, he's gonna uphold that reputation. And lastly, I want to point out that colors also have meaning in hoodoo magic, I'm pretty sure. I looked it up because I don't know anybody who actually practices. But black is like for containing and protection and stuff, while red can be sort of like anger and sort of like violence and stuff. But I think that they go together pretty well in his design along with the yellow because yellow is like symbolic for self-love and stuff. And I think that Alistair definitely loves himself. Like, he thinks that all of his stuff is justified, especially because he has some sort of ambiguous moral code, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, and that's Alistair. Next is Nifty. I also changed her name because I felt like it. So I had no clue that she was supposed to be based around an insect, but I looked at the wiki, which, I mean, they're not the most accurate things, but, like, they're good for references. Anyway, I based her off of this red mantis, and, because, mantises kill their mates after, eating them, and I'm pretty sure that she killed her husband or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I gave her those big monster index fingers to like snap at bugs and stuff. And I also made her look unhinged because she's absolutely a simp for Alistair, and honestly, you and everyone else, girl, get in line. I gave her more of a housekeeper looking outfit, and I gave her like this poofy hair to make it look like the eyes on a mantis too. The second to last is my lovely girl Angie, or Angel Dust. Fun fact about her: she was supposed to be a drag queen? Question mark. Like, okay, maybe she wasn't, but you know what? I'm making her drag queen because drag queens are slay, and I love drag. It also turns out that she died actually pretty close to Alistair. So, I used similar pictures as references, but then I realized, wait, she's a drag queen. She's gonna have like a dress on and stuff. But, I put effort into making her like over exaggerated, and like, I guess I really didn't do that well because it was just the makeup, but, I gave her some very hourglass body shapes. I also gave her 6 arms and 2 legs, obviously, because it always bugged me that she didn't have 6 arms, because she's a spider, she's not a fly. But yeah, she's constantly in drag because like at this point, like, she already died very feminine, and then when drag like really started getting popular is when she got into it a lot more. And Valentina was in full support of that because it brings in more viewers. And she's kind of an online sensation that kind of dropped off the face of the earth once she went to the Hazbin hotel because, yeah. Um, for colors, I'm always trying to make them connected, but I struggled with a color palette for her until I got this like hot pink reddish color, and I made her colors silver and black, which I think really tied her together, but it sets her apart from the rest of the cast as well. Anyways, this is my redesign slash rewrite of the Hazbin Hotel characters. I'll probably do a part 2 with Husk and maybe Cherry Bomb and some of the other characters, but that's all that I have so far. The whole point of the sort of write it like I hear it is that like if you had no idea what the show was about and you were given those concepts, that's how I would interpret them. I did the same thing for Hannibal, but I've posted those designs on Tumblr. Let me know if you want any more, or if you want to see more fixtured pictured content instead. I'm happy to write more about my favorite characters, and the characters especially that I made. But if not, that's okay. Thank you for watching. Bye bye!